Hello, everybody. Good day. Good welcome to another year, 2011. And I want to congratulate you for making it through. Not too many people started last year, 2010, finished it, and not too many of them started a new year with us. But the fact that you are here is a testimony to the fact that God is on your side. So, but the most important thing is not just to make it to the new year, and just to enter into the new year and celebrate and just rejoice at the fact that you are there or you made it into the new year. But that's not a great achievement. It's not a great feat on its own. What matters is how you live this coming year. How will you live in the 2011? How will your life be? What will be the quality of your life? How will you live your life? And how much benefit will you bring to yourself? How much will you be beneficial to others? And how much benefit and blessing will you bring to God Himself, who has entrusted you and given you the grace to enter into this new year? So that's why I want to start a series of teachings with you this week that will help you to be able to cope in the new year and to be able to live a life that is worthy of what you would like to think of yourself and of what God would like to think about you. Now, I want to talk to you this way about not being afraid of failure, not being afraid to fail. Because the reason why people don't risk is because they're afraid of failure. And don't be afraid of risking. Don't be afraid of taking the risk, and don't be afraid of stepping out from the boat in this new year. That is one major thing that is the difference between the successful people and the failures in life. The successful people are not intimidated, and they are not afraid of stepping out of their comfort zones. They are not intimidated, and they are not afraid of stepping out of the boat and walking on the water, even when they are not certain that the water will become bricks or concrete. They still do take the step of faith. So that's what we all need in this following year, in this coming year, if we really want to become all that we dream of becoming. If we want to please God, if we want things to work out for us, we've got to step out of our comfort zones. We've got to step out of the boat and believe God for something new. And for you to get something new in your life, you've got to try something you've never tried before. You've got to step out of your comfort zones, step out of the boat, and do not be afraid to fail. Do not be afraid to make mistakes. So we will talk more about this in the following days and into the new year. May the Lord bless you. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another day in the new year. Like I said yesterday, I want to encourage you to step out of your comfort zone, to step out of your boat, and to be in the new year, not to make a decision and to make a resolution that you will be bold. You will be bold enough to go out and do what you need to do, and that fear and of failure will not hold you back from doing what you need to do. And so I want to encourage you that you will go all the way and do what God has been challenging you. Some of you, God has been challenging you over the years to begin to do and accomplish the dreams that He has put into your heart. But some of us have not been able to do it because we've been afraid of making a mistake. Well, I want to let you know that the fear of making a mistake is the greatest failure that is possible. The fear of failure itself is the greatest failure. Some people are not willing to step out and do something because they are afraid they might fail. And that fear of failure is what is holding them back from the greatest achievements in their lives. Anybody that has ever achieved something achieved because they tried and because they overcame that fear of failure. And if they had been so much afraid that they had refused to do what they needed to do, can you imagine? They would have failed because they would not have tried. And if they had not tried, they would not have had the result they have right now. So the fear of failure is actually the biggest failure by itself. So if you are not willing, or if you are not bold enough to try and step out and try to do something because you are afraid of failing, that is already failure. But when you try, and even if you fail, at least you have a record. At least you have something to say. You could say that at least you've done something. You did try. Even if you fail, it doesn't matter, but at least you have tried. You've made efforts. You've made an attempt to do something. But when you are just afraid of doing of failing, and because of that fear you never do anything, you are already a failure because you didn't even try. The world never found out if you'll be able to do something or not, if you are capable at whatever you plan to do or not. You didn't even find out for yourself. So let's overcome the fear of failure. Let's step out, and that is the beginning of your success if you just begin to do something. God bless. Hello, everybody. I want to continue to talk about the fear of failure, and that is one of the biggest reasons that is holding people back from daring, from attempting to even do anything. I think it is important for us to understand that everybody fails, and that is one of the major things that could encourage you to begin to step out to do things in your life. Everybody fails, and everybody has failed before. Don't think that because you don't want to fail, and so you will not do what you need to do. Well, everybody's gone through failure, and I will actually encourage you not to keep on trying or attempting to cover up for your failures. Some people are covering up for their failures. They don't want anybody to know that they had weaknesses, and they cover up their failures, and they're thinking, and they actually, some people actually live a Hippocratic life. They try to do everything to portray a lifestyle to people that they are perfect and that they have never really failed before, and that they think it's an embarrassment and it's a shame for them to reveal to people or let people know that they had some challenges or some failures in life. Well, if you are the type that is covering up your failure, and you are making efforts to hide your real self from people, that is not a good thing, because that is going to make you live a double life or double standard life. Because in the real sense, everybody fails, and everybody has weaknesses, and everybody have things that are not really working out for them the way they would have liked it to happen. So if you come out and talk about it, you could get support, and you could get help from other people who have passed through similar things. And sometimes you could even use your experience and your failures to enrich other people, to encourage other people, and to help other people get out of the situation they might be passing through. So don't hide your failure. Don't be afraid of your failure. Rather, turn your failure to success by using it to enrich other people, by using it to encourage other people, and by using it to just to share it as a form of encouragement for other people and for yourself. Because when you fail, and when you fail in any enterprise, it is not a tragedy. It is just a way of you learning how you could do things better. So just go ahead and and share your testimonies of failure and success with people. God bless you. Hello, everybody. Yesterday I spoke about the fact that you shouldn't try to cover up your failures or your inadequacies. Well, the thing the other point that I would like to talk about today is that as a matter of fact, if you are not falling, then you are not growing. Everybody is not just it's not just that everybody falls, and it's not just that everybody fails, but I want to go to even a greater extent of of this truth. That is to say that if you are not failing, if you are not falling, then you are not growing at all. The only people that grow are the people that have dared to do something. They have made efforts, and some of the efforts have been successful from the first time, and some of the efforts have not been successful. And then they didn't kill themselves, they didn't condemn themselves, and they did not stop trying just because they had some unsuccessful attempts and experiences. But the successful people are the people who have been able to maximize their failures, and they have been able to use it in a way that they have now converted their failures into success. And that is thanks to the fact that they they recognize that falling or failure is a part of growth. That if you have a child that is, that started crawling, and at the moment, at the time the child begins to move from crawling into walking, oh, that child will have a lot of experience in falling, and he will have a lot of falling to do. There is no baby that could begin to walk without falling, and those several times of falling that he or she has experienced, they are the things that make him to be able to stand on his 2 feet today. If he had been so much afraid of falling that he would never even stand up or risk it, then there is no way that he will ever walk. So the same thing with us. The fact that we are walking today, the fact that we are standing on our feet today, is a result of the falls and the falling and the failures that we had tomorrow. So your failures actually become the foundation for whatever you're going to have in future. So failures are not really tragic as we think they are. Failures are the foundations and the concrete and the asphalt that we could bring, that we could build our lives on. So failures are not really a big deal. We should look at it as something that is normal. If you are not falling, then you are not growing. Only men that fall really grow. God bless. Hello, everybody. I want to continue to talk to us today about not being afraid of falling or failing. Of course, it's not pleasant to tell people that you've made some mistakes or you fail or that you didn't make it in some things. But in the long run, failure and falling or things like that, they are not really as tragic as we think. Like I said yesterday, if you are not falling, you are not really growing. Only people who fall, they actually know how to stand, because when your fall and your failure of yesterday has taught you how to stand today and how not to fall today. Well, another point I want to make is that failure is just a delay, it's not a defeat. That should be our attitude to failure. It is important for you to look at failure from the positive side of life. If you see failure as defeat, then of course you'll be afraid of it. Of course you will run away from it. Of course you'll be frightened by failure. But if you look at failure not as a full stop, but as a comma in a statement, in a sentence, then you know that, oh, that's just a comma. I could continue making the statement or continue the sentence and still get to a full stop. And the full stop will be the result that I really desire for myself. So the same attitude should be for failures and people falling. So failure is not a defeat. Failure is just a delay. We should look at failure as simply a delay in the process of getting something. And the delays are not always bad. I know people who have delayed their journey, or who are delayed on their way to somewhere, and the car or the bus or the plane they were supposed to take actually had an accident because they were delayed. In that sense, delay has been a blessing in disguise, because all the people who are not delayed and all the people who made it on time, they actually they had a wreck, and some of them lost their lives. So of course you don't work on delaying yourself intentionally, you don't fail intentionally, you don't look for failures by yourself. But if you have done your best and yet at the end of the day you got a failure or you couldn't go further, just look at it as a temporary delay and go ahead and make another effort. Go ahead and start again. When you see failure as a delay and not a defeat, then you can always stand up and go again. And when you keep on standing, you will eventually get the victory. God bless. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another day of. Today we are talking about, in the new year, daring to do something new, to do something fresh, daring to start your life afresh. Don't be afraid of stepping out. Don't be afraid of risking. Don't be afraid of trying to do something new. in the new year. And so in this today, the part of it that I want to talk about is that the only way to avoid failure in life is to do nothing. And actually, if you are going to be afraid of failing, then you will never do anything. But if you attempt to do something, at least you stand a 50% chance of either making it or failing. So it's a chance of 50% failure or 50% success. But if you really want to have security, some people say, I want to be sure 100% before I try. Well, that never happens. Nobody ever has 100% guarantee for them to start out and to be sure before they have their result. So it is better for you to just take the risk and go ahead and try. Because if you want to have 100% security or 100% assurance that you are going to make it or that you are not going to fail, the only way to have that kind of assurance, the only way to have that kind of 100% guarantee is for you to do nothing. Oh yeah, if you do nothing and say nothing, definitely you become nothing. So the only people who have guarantee that they will never enter into any danger or they will never enter into any problem or they will never fail are the people who never try, are the people who never even make any attempt to go out or step out of their comfort zone. But those people have a greater danger, and the greater danger they have is that they will never succeed. They will never make it. Nothing will ever work out for them, because if never to try is never to experience. So if you are not going to do anything, then you are not going to have anything. Then of course, then you have security of the fact that you are doing nothing, so you have nothing, so you don't stand any risk. And of course, then you have to say nothing too. People who say nothing, they don't have anybody telling them anything, so you don't have the risk because you are doing nothing, you are saying nothing. But the danger of it all is that because you are doing nothing, nothing will come to you. And because you are saying nothing, nothing also will come to you. So to do nothing and say nothing is the fastest and most secure way to become nothing. So if you don't want to become nothing, begin to do something. God bless. Hello everybody. Today is the last day for this week. I want to say that I'm encouraging you to step out and not to be afraid of failure. There is a natural tendency in success. People always say there are two friends you meet on your way to success, and the first friend is discouragement, and the second friend is failure. So most people who have been successful, I think virtually everybody who has ever been successful, has wrestled and fought and wrestled with these particular enemies. They have wrestled and fought with discouragement. They have wrestled and fought with failure, but they are not giving up. And because they didn't give up, because they didn't surrender, that's why they have become who they are today. So you too, on your journey in the new year, 2011, you will discover that these two enemies are going to be on the way waiting for you. You are going to be discouraged by many people. You are going to be discouraged by many things, and many things are going to cause you to be really disturbed and discouraged. But if you win and attain your goal, you have to overcome discouragement. And so don't be afraid of them. Don't be afraid of discouragement. Just step out and go and pursue what you need to pursue, and attain the goal and the high that you need to you have set for yourself. Of course, the second enemy that will come your way is failure itself. And don't believe anybody that tells you that you never fail. No, the righteous will fall 7 times, it says. I mean, maybe more. The righteous will fall even 7 times. Even if the righteous falls 7 times, yet as long as he keeps on standing and keeps on going, he is still regarded as the righteous. So you will continue being successful. You are a success as far as you don't give up, as far as you keep on standing and keep on going, then you are always a success. So I want to encourage you to just, take up the challenge of standing up to your to the goals and the challenges of the new year 2011. Don't be afraid of discouragement. Don't be discouraged by yourself, by anybody, by any circumstances, and don't be afraid of failure. To look at failure as the stepping stone that will help you to know how to do things, or how to do things better. And it's just a stepping stone that will bring you to the height or to the new place that you have or intended for yourself. May the Lord bless you.